Okay, everyone, let me discuss to you from the perspective of psychology. So, I hope na nabasa nyo na yung ibang lessons natin from the previous parts or previous lesson. So, this would be the fourth lesson na kasama sa midterm exam ninyo. So, this is 4 out of 7. And this will be, I will be discussing this one in lesson number 5 today. So let's start with the learning objective. So at the end of this lesson, you should be able to, first of all, syempre, analyze various psychological constructs by the different theories and comprehend how these ideas influence the self and our identity. Meaning kasi in this lesson, may matatagpuan kayong uli na tao sa ayaw at sa gusto ninyo. Okay? Next one. Differentiate the various definition of the self based on your understanding about individuality. So that would be the expectations that I wanted to set you with this lesson. Next, let us have a quick recap. So, what are the different lessons that we've already discussed, class? Ano yung mga na-discuss natin? Ay, kinalimutan na, hindi pa nag-midterm. And anthropology. Okay, so philosophy is about what? Okay, about the love of wisdom, but yes, Unay. Okay, about questioning or about the knowledge of the unknown with theoretical basis, di ba? So, as what is sociology? Sociology is about okay, this is study of society wherein it focuses on the influences of the environment natin, kung yung mga katabi nyo ba ay bad or good influence sa inyo, or sila ba ay, very influential or most influential sa inyo. Beneficial ba sila or non-beneficial as an individual? So, yun yung isa sa tinitingnan ng mga sociologists. How about anthropology? Okay, study of man or humankind or mankind, by the way. So, when we say anthropology, we are looking into the deeper understanding of how the man, sino yung man na tinutukoy dito? Tayo. Okay, tayong human beings. How human beings adapt within their different environments and how those adaptation with different environment could help us better in understanding ourselves. At the same time, as anthropology is about understanding how different cultures work, so as how the past could contribute to the future. Okay? So by the way, what are the four subfields of anthropology? Okay, archaeology, biological anthropology, okay, linguistic anthropology, and cultural anthropology. So yung apat na yun, tatandaan nyo yung tatlo doon may anthropology na word, ha? Kasi yung isa na archaeology, walang anthropology yon. Baka mamaya, ang isulat nyo sa exam ko, archaeology, anthropology. Masyado kayong redundant. Okay? So next, let me discuss to you the perspective of psychology. First of all, let us have a quick, review. Let's see kung tama ba to. Fact or fiction? So, sabihin nyo lang po sa mga words if it's fact or a fiction. Okay, some people are left-brained and some people are right-brained. Is it fact? Okay. The correct answer is fiction. Fiction po because hindi naman kayo magpa-function bilang isang individual if your brain is only right-brained or left-brained. Ibig sabihin, ang brain kasi natin, it should function simultaneously. Okay? It takes two hemispheres to tango. Next. A specific emotional conflict or stress leads to ulcer. Fact or fiction? Okay, it is a fiction. Because, hindi naman porket stress ka, hindi naman porket may emotional conflict ka, magkakaroon ka kagad ng ulcer. Okay? One thing that you have to remember is that may mga contributory factors. Bakit nagkakaroon ng isang tao ng ulcer? Like for example, yung mga disease-forming organisms and stress at saka emotional conflicts natin together is sila yung contributory factors in forming the ulcer in our body. Okay? Next. Last. Opposites attract. Fact or fiction? Okay, connect kayo, yes, it's a fact. But, kung kayo ay tao, it is a fiction. Okay? Bakit? Yung mga sinasamahan nyo bang mga kaibigan ninyo ay opposite ba ng halos ugali ninyo? Talaga ba? O sige, sa mga partners dito, may mga boyfriend, girlfriend, or partners. Yung partner nyo ba, opposite na opposite ninyo? Nyo, sa tingin nyo ba, makakasundo nyo sila? Opposite sila na ugali ninyo? Sure kayo? O sige nga, sabihin natin kung yung kayo ay malinis kayo sa bahay. Sa tingin nyo ba, magiging masaya kayo kung ang partner nyo ay dugyot sa bahay? O, hindi, di ba? So, that's why it is fiction. Hindi lahat ng opposite mag-a-attract. Mag-compare kayo kapag opposite kayo ng partner mo, ng mga kaibigan mo, na hindi pare-parehas yung mga opinions ninyo, hindi pare-parehas yung values at paniniwala ninyo. Okay? Next. Let us discuss what is psychology. Psychology came from the Greek word psyche and logos. Psyche means, okay, very good, mind or soul. While logos means, okay, study of. So, kapag pinagsama natin sila, they are the study of, psychology is a study of, okay, mind or soul. The technical definition for psychology is, it is the scientific study and practical application of observable behavior and mental processes of organism. Ibig sabihin, sino ang sinasabi ditong organism? Okay, very good. Tayo. Another one. Psychology is a scientific study of the mind and behavior, and psychology is a multifaceted discipline that includes many subfields of study such as areas in human development, sports, health, clinical behavior, and cognitive processes. So from that definitions, do you think psych majors like me could read your mind? No, because we are saan kami nagbe-base? Sa mga observable behaviors. Observations, ano pa? Sa body language and the different mental processes. Kasi yun yung part ng psychology. So yun yung pina-point out ni psychology. How we behave as an individual and what are the different cognitive processes that we could have. Okay? Okay, next, let us discuss William James. William James is an American philosopher and psychologist at the same time, and he is known for being a pragmatist. Pag sinabi nating pragmatist class, they are the ones who test theories. Yung mga theories is, they see it if it's still see fit in that idea or applicable pa ba siya. Ayan. And he is the proponent of the theory of the self. Next. Theory of the self is divided, or according to William James, our self is divided into two categories. We have the me self and the I self. Okay, this me self and I self is same as the idea that George Herbert Mead has dun sa sociology na topic natin. Pero this time, dagdagan ko lang siya ng konti. Okay? So when we say I self, as you all know, it is the initiator of the action. When us act as the initiator of an action, ang nag-act sa atin is the I self. Because I self is the part of ourself that knows who we are and what we have done in our life. Kasi si I self yung nakaka-experience ng mga bagay-bagay. Okay? Like for example, si I self yung marunong mag-isip, marunong mag-act, at the same time, siya yung may kakayahan para mag-isip at mag-experience ng mga bagay-bagay na na-experience natin. Like for example, piece of the moment you are listening to me. So while listening to me, ang nag-a-act sa atin is the I self. Okay? And I self, according to William James, is also known as the pure ego or the mind or soul. Okay? So, and then, kaya nga po sinabing subjective element ng self is ang I. Next. Me self naman po is, since me self as an objective element, so since sila, sa me self is when our self act as the receiver of the action, so me self ang meron doon. So, because me self act as a separate object or individual a person refers to when describing the personal experience that I self has. So, yung mga na-experience ni I self is nako-convert siya into me self kapag naging experience na siya. Okay? And me self is divided into three components. First component is what? Very good, material self. Next one is social self, and last is spiritual self. Okay, kaya siya divided into three components kasi according to William James, yung me self daw natin could be divided into three parts. Na minsan may mga parts na ng me self that could define who we are. Like for example is, wait lang, sige. Me is a separate individual a person refers to when they are talking about the personal experience. So, yun po siya. And number one, we have the material self. Material self consists of what belongs to a person. Like, for example, your body, family, clothes, or money. Bakit material self ang body ng isang tao? Kasi syempre, our body is a material that serves as an instrument para magkaroon tayo ng experiences. Kaya siya bagay or kaya siya naging material self natin. So as family is also our material self, hindi dahil pag-aari tayo ng pamilya natin. Because we belong to a family, diba? At the same time, kapag sinabi kasi nating family, like for example, di ba yung sa mga province o di kaya if dun galing yung angkan ninyo mismo class, usually, ang mga sister doon, di ba, pag tinanong ka, oh, kanino kang apo? Di ba apo ka ni ganito, ni ganyan? Tapos kilala ka na. Alam nila kung anong definition sa pamilya nyo. Okay? Because, that's why family is also our material self. Clothes and money is an also example of material self. And you have to remember that material self is consisting of tangible objects, people, or places that carry the designation of the term mind. Akin. Okay? And this possession viewed as an extension of our individual identities. Like for example, kilala ka ng mga kaibigan mo dahil mahilig ka sa kulay pink na gamit. Sinabing pink, ang iisip nila ay ikaw. Okay? Because yung mga gamit or the pink color became your identity to your friends. Okay? So that's why material self also gives us identity. Okay? In material self, you have to remember that it consists of an object, things that belongs to a person or entities that a person belongs to. Okay? Like for example, kaya nga po ang clothes, kapag hiniram nyo, that would not be your material self. Kasi kailangan ay pag-aari ninyo mismo. Okay? Hindi po pwede na, na hiniram ko to sa kapatid ko, akin tong damit na to agad. No. At lahat ng bagay na hindi nyo pag-aari cannot become your material self. Okay? For example, ng different material self, we have clothes na sinusuot, no? Yung uniform ninyo, that became your material self because you belong to that institution. Mabibigyan kayo ng identity na kapag nakita yung inyong mga uniform, ay taga-Habsu yan. Hindi na yan tatanungin sa jeep kung estudyante ba sila or hindi. Diba? Next, another material self is the gadgets that you have. Okay? Yung gadget man na yan, ang wallpaper, ikaw man, or yung crush mo, or kayo man ng jowa mo. Ayan. But still, kung sa'yo yan, that is your material self. Next, bags na pag-aari mo or meron ka. That's still your material self. Kasi, material entity mo siya. Next, the food that you like could also be your material self. Okay? Because yung mga favorite foods natin could give us an identity. That's why it is our material self. Kinakonsume din natin ang food at the same time. Okay? So that is why it is our material self. So, sabi ko nga kanina, nagbibigay siya ng identity na pwedeng sa isang circle of friends na meron kayo, maging identity niyo siya na kapag ang ulam yung magkakaibigan ay puro gulay, hindi ka kumakain. Diba? So, malalaman na kung sino sa inyong magkakaibigan ang hindi kumakain ng gulay. Next. Last is the family. As what I have said kanina, since we belong to a family, family is part of our material self. Hindi man natin pwedeng tawagan ang family natin na sa atin, or hindi man tayo pwedeng ariin ng ating family, but still, we belong to a family. Next. Another component of me self is the social self. Social self refers to the person who is in a particular situation. It is the person chooses the self that would smoothly adapt to the social situation in order for him to fit in. Kasi tayo ay may times na nag-iiba-iba yung pagkatao natin. Aminin nyo man at sa hindi, sa bahay, may mga tao dito na sobrang tahimik. Pero pagdating sa school, ay sobrang gulo naman at sobrang ingay nila. Okay? Because that is your social self. Social self is how we perceive in relation to other, how we can relate. Okay? It involves how we build relationship, how we emphasize and communicate with other people. Kasama po sa social self natin yung healthy or not so healthy social self that impacts our overall mental well-being and ability to meet our life goals. Like for example, sabi nga nila, kindly choose your friends. Kasi, minsan yung mga friends mo, it's either sila yung bubuo ng buhay mo or sisira ng buhay mo. Okay? Another one. Have you ever heard the, saying na, tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. Kasi, yung mga friends daw natin is a mirror of ourselves. Usually, yung mga sinasamahan natin kung sino sila could also define who we are. Okay? Another one. social situations we're in. Like for example, kapag kasama nyo ang mga high school friends ninyo, ay food trip lang ang ginagawa ninyo. Kain-kain sa labas, kwek-kwek, lugaw, pares, hanggang doon lang. Ang drinks nyo, Coke, o di kaya ay Sprite. Yun lang. Pero, kapag kasama nyo ang college friends ninyo, ang kakainin nyo ay usually mga turo-turo pa din, pero yung mga turo-turo na yon pulutan na siya. Hindi na siya pang merienda. Tapos, ang drinks nyo ay juice. Pero yung juice, meron siyang halong gin. May halo ding Sprite, minsan yung soju nagkakahalo ng Yakult. Okay? So that is a social sale. Minsan may parts na nagbabago-bago. Diba? Next. Eh di social self mo pa din yung kung di ka nagbago. Next. Spiritual self is it is your most inner beautiful and powerful form. Why? Why the spiritual self is our inner powerful and innermost beautiful form? Kasi our spiritual self includes the things like personality, core values, conscience that do not typically change throughout an individual's lifetime. Kasi ang spiritual self po kasi, ito yung innermost part of ourselves na hindi siya madalas nakikita ng nakararami. Dahil yung mga morals natin, core values, and personality, so as with the conscience, yung mga tao lang na malalapit sa atin yung makakakita nun or makakapansin nun usually. With that, that's why it became our spiritual self. Kasama na din dito yung how we see life in us, paano natin nakikita ang buhay, paano natin tinitreasure yung life natin, kasama siya sa spiritual self natin. Kasama din sa spiritual self natin yung how we find purpose in life, paano natin hinahanap yung purpose natin sa buhay. So as kasama na din dito, if you are a religious individual, how you see God or how paano mo tinanggap si God sa life mo, that's part also of your spiritual self. Okay? So those are the three components of me self. The three components of me self are material self, social self, and spiritual self. Next. Next one is Murray Bowen. Murray Bowen is a American psychiatrist and a professor of psychiatry. He is the proponent of family therapy and systematic therapy. Si Murray Bowen po, meron siyang tinatawag na differentiation of self or tinatawag din siyang differentiated self. Okay? Parehas lang po yung differentiation of self sa differentiated self. And in differentiated self, kaya niya nabuo yung concept nun because he observed the different families throughout the years niya in psychiatry, kasama na doon yung family niya. And the concept of differentiated self is about balancing the two forces together that should act upon an individual. Na since part tayo ng isang family, meron tayo dapat togetherness and individuality na balance together. Okay? Dahil kung hindi balance ang togetherness at individuality natin, katulad nga ng kasabihan na ang sobra ay masama. Okay? So kapag sobra yung dalawang to, hindi sila nag-balance together, meron tayong pwedeng kalagyan na negative. So togetherness, kapag sumobra ang togetherness mo, it could create friction, conflict, and prevents the development of a person. Why does it could prevent your development as a person? Bakit kaya pag sumobra yung togetherness natin, ano daw, nagka-prevent daw to sa pag-develop natin as an individual? Okay, very good. We became dependent to them. Baka ultimo nga nasusuotin yung underwear for the day, sila na yung magde-decide. Okay? So, kaya sabi ni Bowen, balance lang dapat yung dalawa. But, super naman yung individuality natin. Okay, very good. We became avoidant and distant with other people. Na to the point na akala mo, kaya mo na yung lahat. But you still have to remember that no man is an island. Kakailanganin at kakailanganin mo ng tulong ng ibang tao. Okay? So that's why, according to Bowen, kailangan balance lang ang alin. Okay, very good. Togetherness and individuality. Next. An indifferentiated self, he defined it as our ability to separate ourselves with others because it enables us to develop and sustain our unique identity. Dahil po sa differentiated self, ay kaya nating ma-develop yung sarili natin at some point, even though we are part of a group. Alam mo kung anong strength mo as a person, alam mo din kung anong weakness mo. Okay? At the same time, make your own life choices. Hindi ka nag-advise sa ibang tao unless for your dilemma purposes. Kasi alam ko, minsan kapag magde-decision kayo, nag-came up kayo in a dilemma. Hindi moral dilemma ha, dilemma lang. Okay? So, minsan nahihirapan kayo sa pagpili between two or more choices. So, syempre, ganun, kailangan natin ng help ng other people. Na hindi mo naman masasolve minsan yung dilemma mo na ikaw lang. So, that's why, hihingi ka ng tulong ng ibang tao. But, at the end of the day, still, ikaw pa rin yung magde-decide for your own. At the same time, you have to accept the responsibilities of that choices. Na kung hindi man maganda, ang maging result is you have to face the consequences. And then, syempre, make another choice naman to make that choice right. Next, stay emotionally connected with your family and friends in which wala conflict with your family and your friends. Okay kayo ng family mo, okay din kayo ng friends mo. Okay? Next one. Sino ang kasunod? Carl Rogers. Carl Rogers is the proponent of person-centered theory. Class, we have to remember that other term for person-centered theory is Rogerian personality theory. Okay? Rogerian personality theory, in which Carl Rogers is an American psychologist, and for him, the self does not exist at birth, but it is gradually developed during childhood. And para kay Carl Rogers, mahalaga ang childhood natin. Kasi doon natin nabubuo yung center of experiences natin. At doon natin nabubuo yung tinatawag nating self-concept. Okay? Self-concept is how you think about or perceive yourself. If you perceive yourself negatively or positively, that is your self-concept. Kung ano din yung pagkakakilala mo sa sarili mo, that is part of your self-concept. Okay? So as self-concept is aspect of one's being and experiences that an individual is consciously aware of. Ibig sabihin sa self-concept, ito yung mga aspeto sa buhay natin, sa part ng pagkatao natin na we are constantly aware of. Like for example, you're well aware of your height, you're well aware of kung anong nangyayari sa'yo, ano yung nafe-feel mo. You're well aware of kung ano yung strength mo, like for example, ay magaling ka sa English pero nahihirapan ka sa mathematics. Yan. So that is the part of your self-concept. And self-concept is the image we have about ourselves. Okay? Next. So meron tayong two types of self-concept. We have the real self-concept and the ideal self-concept. So real self-concept, it is where all the information and the perception the person has about himself. Ibig sabihin, ito yung buong pagkatao na meron tayo and we are fully aware of it. Ibig sabihin, it talks who we actually are, including what are your thoughts, including your feelings, including your appearance, so as your actions. And real self-concept answers the question, who am I? Sino nga ba ako? Next, ideal self-concept naman is the model version that we have about ourselves. It is the person you want to be with the qualities you aspire to possess. Ibig sabihin, you are parang this is your role model self. Okay? Na kaya siya naging ideal self-concept is because gusto mong maging ganito dahil sa ganito. Like for example, you wanted to be like Marian Rivera. Kasi si Marian Rivera ay artista. Gusto mo din maging artista at makapaggawa ng different drama, commercials, and etc. Katulad niya. Pero pwede din na gusto mo maging kasing ganda niya. Okay? That's also the ideal self-concept. Okay? Because you wanted to have the qualities like the role model that you have. And the ideal self-concept is who I want to be. Okay? So as the ideal self-concept, it also pertains dun sa mga pangarap na gusto nating maabot in the future. Okay? Next. So those are the real self and ideal self-concept. Next is, okay, Donald Woods Winnicott. Sa ibang references po, ang tawag sa kanya ay D.W. Winnicott. Okay? And he is an English pediatrician, psychoanalyst who studied child development, and para sa kanya, mahalaga ang paglalaro. Bakit po mahalaga ang paglalaro? Bukod sa stress relieving, ang mga bata, wala pa naman silang ganong ka-stress na nararamdaman. Exercise at the same time, ano ang nade-develop kapag tayo ay nakikipaglaro? Okay, social skills, at the same time, yung creativity natin, ano pa? Okay, imagination, kasama po yun sa creativity. Okay, so self-esteem, yes. So as with our true self and false self. Okay? True self is the sense of the self based on the experience or authentic experience and the feeling of being truly present and alive. So sa true self po, it talks about your unique identity or genuine identity. Ibig sabihin, ito ikaw behind the mask. Ito yung totoong ikaw without the filters. Ito yung ikaw without any judgment or prejudgments about you. Ito ka. Okay? Kasama yung negativity or negative ideas about you. Okay? Hindi lang to positive, but also with the negative about you. Another one is through playing, according to Donald Woods, is we create also our false self. Okay? True self is manifested as a form of defense. Kasi, alamin man natin at sa hindi, may mga tao na they have the fear or pain of rejection and failure. Na kaya sila nakakabuo ng false self is because ayaw nila na masaktan. Ayaw nila na ma-reject. Okay? Ayaw din nila ma-judge, yes, at the same time. Next, false self usually surface when the person is forced to comply with the existing social norms and standards. So like for example, introvert ka talaga, pero you are forced to perform sa harap ng klase kasi kasama siya sa grades mo. So you pretended like you're an extrovert one kahit sa loob mo, hiyang-hiya ka na hirap ka na, gusto mo nang sumuko. Okay? Next, false self din po is the parts of ourself wherein the behaviors are altered and feelings are repressed. And we set aside the things for us in order for us to fit in. Like for example din po, sa mga members ng LGBT na they still not getting out of the closet. Pero hindi nila sinasabi sa family nila. 'Di ba? They are portraying their false self at the same time kasi they still wear the mask. 'Di ba? They still wear a mask before their true self. Kaya nga po ang false self din at the same time tinatawag silang social mask. Okay? Kaya po ang another term for false self is social mask because it is our adapted self. Ginagamit natin to for us to adapt for the society para makano tayo. ma-meet natin yung expectations ng society na meron tayo. Next, individuals are neither powerless objects controlled by environmental forces nor entirely free agents who can do whatever they choose. So that is about Albert Bandura. Albert Bandura is the proponent of what we call as the social cognitive theory. And he is also the proponent of the triadic reciprocal causation paradigm. Ang triadic reciprocal causation paradigm ay tinatawag din pong reciprocal determination theory. Again, the triadic reciprocal causation paradigm is also called as the reciprocal determination theory. Okay? And Albert Bandura is the proponent of the Bobo-Doll experiment. Are you familiar with the Bobo-Doll experiment? Pero if you're not familiar with the Bobo-Doll experiment, ay meron po akong in-upload a video, nakatabi ng video discussion ng lesson number 4. So, you can watch it para mas maintindihan nyo yung Bobo-Doll experiment. And Bobo-Doll experiment is about a doll. Experiment siya, yes, about sa doll. So, ang pinaka-purpose niya is about what? To measure aggression. Kung kaya ba ng mga bata na maging aggressive based lang sa kanilang panunood. Okay? And doon na patunayan na yung mga bata kaya nilang maging aggressive based sa panonood. So kaya nabuo yung idea ng modeling. Nabuo yung idea ng social learning. And at the same time, nabuo yung idea na we learn through observation. Okay? Like for example, sa laboratory ninyo, 'di ba? Kung ano yung ginagawa ng professor nyo, dinidemo niya muna sa inyo. Tapos, after mga ilang minuto, kayo naman yung magde-demo sa kanya. Okay? Kayo naman yung magbabalik nung natutunan nyo from his or her demonstration. Okay? So, that is known as the learning through observation. Another one, yung mga arts and crafts na pinapanood ninyo sa television or sa YouTube. Tapos, i-apply nyo siya after ilang minutes, 'di ba? So, that is an example of learning through observation. Social cognitive theory is also known as learning through observation, vicarious learning, observational learning, and modeling. Next, sa triadic reciprocal causation paradigm, kaya siya tinawag na triadic kasi meron daw 3 factors na nakaka-affect sa isang individual. It could be behavioral factors, social or environmental factors, and individual factors or personal factors. Okay? So, etong tatlong to daw ay nakakapag-contribute siya or nakaka-influence siya sa isang tao in many ways. Na pwedeng yung environment daw natin ay ma-influensyahan tayo with ourselves or in understanding ourselves so as the behavior of other people around us, pwede din nila tayong ma-influensyahan. And on the triadic reciprocal causation paradigm, you have to remember that in the environmental factor or social factors, meron tayo tinatawag na chance encounters and fortuitous events. So chance encounters this is the unintended meeting of person that are unfamiliar to us. Like for example, meron ka nakasabay sa jeep, tapos nakita mo na ang ganda nung cellphone, casing nung cellphone niya. So after mong makauwi sa bahay, sinearch mo siya sa Orange app. Yan. So, to see if ano ba yung kulay at magkano yung casing na yon. So, that could be a part of chance encounter. O di kaya meron kang nakasalubong lang sa jeep o di kaya sa daan na nagpabago agad ng buhay mo kasi na-influensyahan kanila in different way. Okay? Next one. Next is fortuitous event. Fortuitous event is an environmental experience that is unexpected and unintended, katulad ng lindol, ng tsunami, and other natural disasters. That's part of the fortuitous events. Next one is, ano pa? Okay, the features of human agency. Sino po ang tinatawag na agent dito? Tayo. Okay? Kasi according to Bandura, we have what we call as the essence of humanness. May kakayahan daw tayo to power or to influence our own behavior to produce the desired consequences. Kaya nga minsan, pag iniisip mong babagsak ka talaga. Kasi yun yung nagmamanifest sa'yo. Okay? And meron tayong power to choose or to decide whether babagsak tayo or papasa tayo as an individual. Next, and in features of human agency, it is our capability to influence our own functioning and the course of events by our own action. Like for example, sa intentionality, it refers to the action performed by the person with intention or full awareness of his behavior. Sa intentionality, andito yung intention natin to do something. Like for example, goal mo na makatapos ng pag-aaral. So, syempre, ando na yung intention mo. Nag-enroll ka, nag-aral ka ng mabuti, inaayos mo yung nakikinig ka sa klase, hindi ka natutulog. Okay? Next. And after intentionality, we have forethought. Forethought refers to the person's anticipation of likely outcomes of his behavior. So like for example, yung mga methods na ginamit nyo in order for you na makapag-come up with a certain behavior, that's part of a forethought, na andito yung reflection between tama ba yung ginawa mo kahapon, ayan, or mali ba siya. At the same time is, andito yung anticipation sa mga plano mo in the future. Next, we have self-reactiveness. It refers to the process in which the person is motivated and regulates his behavior as he observes his progress and achieving goals. So sa self-reactiveness, dito natin makikita kung gaano tayo ka-motivated to say no and to say yes dun sa mga mangyayari sa plans natin. Next, self-reflectiveness. Kunwari, nakagraduate na kayo, nakuha nyo na kung ano yung goal ninyo. Self-reflectiveness is applicable in a sense na you're reflecting to all of your actions para makuha yung goal mo na yon. Okay? And that's why, through self-reflectiveness, meron tayong tinatawag na self-regulation. So self-regulation is meron tayong prepare, take action, and reflect. Sa prepare po, you are preparing. You are creating your own goal, creating the step-by-step. Okay? Next, sa take action is, you take an action. Ginawa nyo na kung ano yung dapat nyong gawin para makuha nyo yung goal nyo. At makuha nyo na yung goal nyo. Sa reflection, makuha nyo yung goal ninyo. You're going to maintain all of the steps na ginawa nyo to get that goal. Pero, kung hindi nyo nakuha yung goal nyo, you need to revise the preparation. Ibig sabihin, uulitin mo siya from the scratch. Kasi, hindi siya nag-work for that goal. Ibig sabihin, since hindi siya nag-work, ay meron kayong kailangang baguhin. Okay? So, with that, do you have any questions regarding my discussion? Clarifications? Violent reactions? Okay, kung wala na po, thank you for listening.